Welcome in to Aycock Stadium on this beautiful, warm final day of October. At Aycock Stadium here today, it is the number 2 seeded Cougars and Collegiate against the undefeated number 1 seed Trinity Episcopal Titans for the LIS Field Hockey Championship. Fourth year in a row that these battled for the championship right here on this stadium. For as long as TESPN has been broadcasting games, we've been broadcasting this game. These two powerhouses, not just in the Richmond area, but all the state and really the Mid-Atlantic region, fighting for LIS supremacy. The game has begun. I am Rick Hamlin, joined here by Carter Tyree and Mary Wadlick. And Tyree, start with you. What are you looking forward to seeing here today?
I mean, I was at the regular season version of this game here at Trinity Episcopal. Those of you guys that watched that, I was on that call, and you saw a really fired up, really aggressive Trinity team come out and punch the Cougars in the mouth, and then over at their place, it sounds like the script was flipped, and Collegiate was able to defend home turf much better and held Trinity to a tie, their only non-win of the entire season.
Yeah, Titans come in 16 wins, no losses, and the one tie that you just mentioned. Cougars with 13 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. And Barry, you played JV hockey this year, a winning season, so you've probably seen these guys a lot. They usually play right before your JV team. What are you expecting to see out here today?
I'm expecting to see a very aggressive offense, as is happening right now. We are very good at getting it into the paint and getting a lot of shots on goal.
You can already feel the intensity from really the warm-ups. I don't know what it is about a championship game, but you can just walk onto a field and into a gym, and it just has a different vibe to it. You feel that got here about 10 minutes before game time, and sense both these teams how badly they want it, a little extra pressure, bragging rights, but also that big trophy that is sitting right at midfield waiting to be taken by whoever wins the game. So far, early going, already, a bunch of whistles, several fouls. I've already seen some people get knocked over. A lot of talk on the field, from the benches, from the players on the field, just a level of communication. And if you just stopped talking, you would hear a cacophony of noise from the participants, which I think just speaks to how badly both these teams want it. Abel Berkeyheiser with an interception as go long there, and tight possession right at midfield.
Yeah, and Cable having a fantastic game the last time out, playing defense mostly, but ended up getting assist in that game in a moment where she found herself with a lot of space and just drove at this Collegiate back line. Real key for the Titans in that game was keeping Collegiate in their own half, not letting them break out and get the ball to this girl right here with the ball. Number 17, Alexandra Curtis, all league, all Met, all state, all whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, she's been one of their top players since the 8th grade. Still only a sophomore, and really talented player for the Cougars, one of the best in the area. Her sister plays at University of Richmond and was a star for Collegiate as well. Cougars have their first foray in front of the cage, kicked out of there by Alexa Murphy. Titan possession coming out.
Yeah, number 3 for the Cougars. Intercepting number 1 for the Titans. Those are both Berkeyheisers. Two sisters going to opposite schools, but
definitely going to be some bragging rights at the dinner table for them tonight.
Well, I would say bragging rights for more than just tonight. You bring that up Thanksgiving 30 years from now.
Yeah, although if it's anything like the last 3 years, these teams may end up meeting again next week at the state tournament, as 4 meetings a year has kind of become the norm for these two really dominant programs in this area. Look at that speed there as Atlantic Cathedral puts it in. The opening goal of the match. Atlantic Cathedral, when they call AC, just sped by her defender and put it far post into the cage. And the Titans strike first blood. Harry, what'd you see on that?
I saw that defense was pressing high while AC just took her speed right down baseline and a nice shot into the corner of the goal.
Yeah, absolutely, Mary. I mean, that's the risk you take. You know, Hamlin and I are both soccer guys, and it's a similar thing. If you want to push that back line up high, create some pressure, make it harder for them, you're giving up a lot of space in behind, and you have to be able to keep up, and not a lot of people are keeping up with Atlantic Cathedral.
She went into another gear at one point there. I knew she was fast, but I'm sure she's excited. Her health was last year, I think at this time, she was out, I believe, late in the season. Play in the championship game, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, she had a brutal knee injury in a game against St. Gertrude, and really was missed by this Titan team as they tried their postseason run last season.
both the previous meetings this year have seen plenty of goals. 5-2 Titan win, as Kyrie mentioned off the top, and then a 2-2 draw over at Collegiate. So, one goal probably not going to be enough today. And if you just look through the scores of both teams this season, very potent attacks. So great to score first if you're Trinity, but it's, I think it's going to be tight all the way for all four quarters.
Absolutely. This is the 15th meeting since 2021 between these two teams. At a certain point, we just come to expect these matchups. And like you said, the top two teams in Richmond, both of them very high up in the region.
About 15. So for seniors like Carson Beatty and Alexa Murphy on the Titan side, as AC gets in there again. Nice job defensively to dispossess her by Sealy Shield. And yeah, for some of the Cougar seniors like Sealy Shield, Ellie Mitchell, this is, I mean, when you say 15 meetings since 2021, I mean, that's the freshman year of the seniors now, so they are familiar foes. I said a minute ago they played 4 times every year. That is,
Yeah.
That's how we come up with 15. 4 in 9th grade, 4 in 10th grade, 4 in 11th grade, and now for a 3rd time this year. The potential 4th meeting possibly awaiting next week in the state probably would be in the championship game, I would think.
Yeah, as it currently
on
stands.
opposite sides of the bracket.
Yeah, opposite sides of the bracket as it currently stands. And Titans with a slight advantage in those 15 or in those 14 Briar meetings, with this being the 15th. 7 wins in Collegiate with only 6, and the 1 tie in there. Of course, if you're a Collegiate fan, you'll say, well, we've won the 3 that matter in the LIS championship. I believe it's 2-1 in those state games.
Titans would say we've been the regular season champion all this year. So yeah, take your pick, but it's a heck of a rivalry, and I think all of us would probably agree. Like high school sports, that's what it's all about. So love to see it, and privileged to be able to have been at many of these games, as well as broadcast quite a few. Barry, let me ask you, as the 9th grader here, who's seen a lot of Trinity team play this year, just in this first 8.5 minutes or so, does the vibe, the energy feel different than some of the other games?
I think the energy is definitely different. The intensity and skill that they're playing at is pretty similar, but you can definitely feel that they're fighting for something more than just a win this time.
I just think noise coming from both benches, more than I've heard in a long time.
A dangerous attack there from Curtis as she was able to get off a backhand shot. For the Titans, one of the keys, if you talk to the players for this game, was to score early. But it's easier said than done to say, well, we're going to score early and that's going to be it. Cougars aren't going to back down after that, so you have to keep pushing as a corner is drawn here.
The first corner of the game for either team. Collegiate, I remember in the LIS championship last year, was very dangerous. And I believe their victory in 2023. Backhand shot by Curtis, goes just wide. She's really able, as twice now, to get a lot of power on it, even from that backhand side.
Yeah, I mean, you see players who kind of like that backhand shot more because of how the club's face opens up. They can elevate it easier. I'm thinking of Carson Beatty in particular. She loves that backhand side.
Yeah, and as I look at the Titan sideline, Trinity legend Annie down there, she class of 2016, and one of the assistant coaches. She scored a lot of goals that way. William and Mary as well. A lot of these players at the club level. Club. Nice interception by Polly Creighton.
Yeah, Polly had a really nice game on Tuesday in this Titans semifinal win. It was really Polly and a lot of these other defenders really able to kind of just silence Sab, not give them many chances at all until the very end of the game where Coach Snead started to make some substitutions and move some people around in preparation for this game.
Nice sequence of passes. Berkey Heiser, weekend to Reister and out to Cathedral, but to go long, and it does travel out of bounds. Gain possession in their own territory. Pressure by Reese Eckenrode. Possession back for the team. Polly. Back. Lila Grace Logan with the steal. She's had an incredible season.
Yeah, the Penn State commit, and it's always a little interesting when a player gets committed as this ball falls into the crease but doesn't quite reach Beatty. It's always interesting when you get a commit whether the player will drop their performance a little bit because they're no longer pushing for that scholarship, or sometimes you see the performance go up because there's just no longer pressure. You know, you're not worrying about where you're going to be, what coaches are watching you anymore.
I think for LG, it's been that. I haven't gotten to see too many games this year. I was recently at the Flint Hill game where she had a hat trick as well as I think 2 assists. But just Trinity morning meeting, it seems like her name is constantly being announced among the goal scorers for this undefeated #1 ranked Titan team. Job though, getting the ball forward into their attacking zone. Here, a lot of poise there to clear it out, knock it off a Collegiate stick, and possession over the Titans. Probably Creighton will fire it in. back to Gabelberg. Gabelberg guys, we got tripped up there. Titans look to switch it over to the right-hand side. Last 30 seconds of the first quarter. Mary, I don't know what you think. I feel to me like it's flown by.
A lot and matchup.
That is the end of quarter number 1. So an early goal by Atlanta Cathedral puts the Titans on top. It created a couple decent scoring opportunities as Alexander Curtis had one shot go just over the cage, another just wide. Mary, give us your, as a field hockey player, just overall impressions of quarter number 1.
Been pretty good. I think that both teams are really good on their passing and also with the carry. Because I know sometimes you either pass too much or carry too much, and both of those will get the ball taken from you. But they've had a nice balance between both of them.
Yeah, there's just so much talent on the field. I mean, you're looking at what is it? 11 play hockey, right? Just like soccer. I mean, of these 22 players, the majority, if they wish, will play Division 4. That's how much talent is out there. But while I haven't seen the varsity Titans play as much as I would like to, I have seen the middle school hockey that my daughter is on. And let me tell you, this is a different sport. Ball moving a lot quicker, a lot more coherent ideas, a lot less whistles because they know what they're doing out here. So it has been fun to watch.
Yeah, and I've watched some of y'all's JV games. I think the biggest difference is just the ability to stop a ball moving at pace with your stick. You know, once that ability gets up, you can see the difference. You can see it from the defenders. And so far, like you said, just a high-paced, back-and-forth game that I think the Titans will be happy to have come away with the lead there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I mentioned at the beginning, very beginning of the broadcast, but it's warm. It's Halloween. It's October 31st. It's 80 degrees out here. Probably with the sun radiant 88 off that turf, probably feels even warmer for the players. And it'll be interesting to see will fatigue be a factor. I think Collegiate had a closer semifinal game on Tuesday, where maybe their starters had to go a little deeper.
Yeah, it came down to the fourth quarter between them and St. Catherine's, tied it 2, headed into the fourth. Collegiate pulled it out by 1, 3-2.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm pretty sure neither team has subbed yet. So I know, I mean, certainly the Trinity players are, and I'm sure, but I just know from talking to a lot of these Trinity players, they're very fit. And that could be a factor. It's probably the warmest day we've had in like 3 weeks. So.
Yeah, it does look like a couple subs for the Titans. Liv Festige comes on for Pauly Crichton. And then...
Yeah, Liv was in there. Maybe she subbed.
Yeah.
Ainsley Jones. About her name.
I mean, Curtis so good in between the legs, trying to draw those corners.
A really nice job by the Titan defense to avoid conceding in the corner.
Cathedral's upfield open if Beatty can find her, and she does.
What a ball.
They'll be out for the Titans to take up top.
Welcome another ninth grade. Well, 1 second, as the reverse shot by Lila Grace Logan went just high. She got a lot of pace on that one. So was about to say, I wanted to welcome another ninth grade commentator here in the booth with us, Avery Steiner, who also played JV this season. Hello, Avery. Avery, you were telling us before the game, you know a lot of players on both teams. Obviously, you go here to Trinity, so you know them from school, but also you travel with a lot of the collegiate players. We've been up here the whole time, but we've just now gotten a microphone for you. But what would have been your impressions of the first quarter and first couple minutes of the second quarter?
I think really good. Really offensive.
Good shot. Wow. Another reverse shot. It goes just wide by Alexandra Curtis after she dribbled through several defenders. A big crowd here today, as you would anticipate for a championship game. Say the stands here are about 75% full, and I've also noticed it looks like St. Gertrude team has showed up, as well as most of the St. Catherine's team, as they want to see who gets crowned LIS champion, and also at the end of this game they'll announce who made all league for the season. All right, here's a transition opportunity. Ainsley Jones in behind the defense. She shoots. It's a good save. Really nice save there.
I believe that's Audrey Burgess in the pink. If I remember correctly, it's Burgess in the pink, Loftus in the green, and Carly in the blue, as their numbers do not match up with their roster numbers, which is fine.
Yeah, that's a huge save there by Burgess. I mean, great job moving the ball up to Ainsley Jones, the sophomore, and Burgess did really well to kind of cut down the angle. Kyrie here is a soccer keeper, so he knows all about defending those 1v1s, and I'll let you evaluate, but I thought Burgess really did a nice job snuffing out what was probably the best chance the Titans have had since the goal.
Yeah, really nicely done, and we've talked about it on past broadcasts, but from a field hockey goalie standpoint as compared to a soccer goalie or even an ice hockey goalie, the biggest difference is you can't possess the ball. There's no glove to catch the ball. You can't sit on the ball or you give up a corner. As LG Logan
shot, reverse shot into the corner. Lila Grace Logan. She's had an incredible season, and she keeps her streak of scoring in virtually every game, and her celebration was cold as ice too, as all her teammates jumped around. She just kind of stood there with a I am her sort of a pose.
Yeah, I mean, we coach LG on the soccer field, and she cares about one thing, and that's winning.
Yeah, she's an incredible athlete, the type of player I feel like you could put her in any position in pretty much any sport, and she would excel. Even JV basketball a couple years ago.
What a team, the 2022-23 JV basketball team.
They scored a few points.
They did.
That second goal, and both times he seems to play this year, Collegiate has scored twice, so they're more than capable, but got to feel good with that little bit of breathing room, as Beatty's shot is nicely saved by Burgess, and Titans will take over out top. Ninth grader Olivia Francis getting ready to check in for the first time today.
And Avery, for you, that's one of your classmates, right? So when you see there's an LIS championship and some of your classmates are already out there, does it get you a little excited to be joining them next year, coming years, in a game like this?
How excited?
Excited.
Avery, what position did you play typically? You watch this varsity group. Is there a certain player that you look to as kind of like you model your game after?
Yeah, I just want to give a real brief, as we do with every field hockey broadcast, real brief apologies to anyone watching. Huddle, which is the camera we're using, doesn't have a field hockey tracking. So on these corners, sometimes it gets a little lost. And there's a false start on Collegiate, so they'll lose one of their defenders.
Yeah, so the first corner of the game here for the Titans, and now with that false start, like you said, I mean, huge numerical advantage for Trinity. Can they get this third goal midway through the second quarter?
Ooh, a deflection play, and
Yes,
it'll get
they
in.
can get the third goal.
And like I was saying earlier,
Carson Beatty, Avery just called her as the one to watch, and Carson puts it in for her. I don't even know how many goals she has this season, well over 20.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said with the goalies, the goalie makes a really nice save. Ball sitting right in front of her. All she can do is try to push it. She can't cover it up or pick it up. It's tough. You have to trust your defense to come back and help you out and down a person from that false start. Ooh, as that one comes up off the chest of Curtis. Titans ahead, 3-0.
Kept it in play. Nice little scoop and a good crossing ball. And Avery Johnson, who's coming to goal here in the second quarter, did a nice job to get a foot to it. That shot is in. Nice finish by Catherine Roush. And that was just what the doctor ordered for Collegiate. Down 3 goals here early, and felt like if they didn't get one before half, it's hard to go into halftime down 3 goals and really feel like you have much of a chance. But now, right back in it.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, there are going to be goals in this game. As the Titans, you probably don't go into this game thinking you're going to shut them out. You'd love to shut them out, but Collegiate is very talented offensively.
That was a heck of a shot by Roush. A player who, junior, but I think she's been a starter since at least 9th grade. Just, again, having been in the booth for a bunch of these Trinity Collegiate games over the years, I remember her name as one of the key contributors for the Cougars.
Titans with a free hit as Cabell Berkey-Heiser and Randall Berkey-Heiser come in, clash, and both of them go down. Cougars just looking to feed Curtis here. She's picking the ball up way deep and just driving.
Yeah, is that the old, as a coach, the player, you just kind of give it to your best player and say, everybody get out of the way and let her cook?
Avery appreciates that use of terminology. Proving Hamlin is hip and still got it.
Yeah, it's me. Nice stick skill shown there by Berkey-Heiser. Anna Reeser, who seems to complete just about every pass, so poised in the middle. But the Cougars are able to dispossess, and now Alexandra Curtis, once again, trying to cook. As I said before, good interception by Berkeyheiser, and she'll take it out of danger, out wide. Yeah, possession to the Titans over there on the sideline.
Subs coming in now. Second row back in, and AC will get a break. And Polly Crichton back on for Liv Vestige. Yeah, unless it was at the quarter break, I don't remember a Collegiate sub coming in yet. And as you mentioned, 80 degrees. And in this booth feels hotter, but
I'm sure on the field feels hotter. And I mean, this game has been played at such a frenetic pace that, again, these athletes are extremely fit, but I imagine fatigue could set in at some point.
yeah, and you would think that favors the Titans from what we've seen so far. They have depth pieces they're willing to put into this game.
Will have possession out 5. Yeah, the thing about the fall season, these guys started practicing in early August. It was hot, it was humid, and as the season progresses, generally it gets cooler. So it's really nice on fitness levels because the acclimation. But then when you get a day like today, when it's been not nearly this warm, it can really test your. I went for a run yesterday, and it's like, wow, like it's a lot warmer than it has been, even like a little bit humid.
Cougars forecheck for the last couple minutes is doing a really good job. They got that goal, and they've made it very difficult for the Titans to break out.
Yeah, ball hasn't crossed midfield into the Titans' offensive half in quite some time. But I suspect it will cross midfield here as soon as Carson Beatty gets a hold of it, and she knocks it about 30 yards upfield to Olivia Francis.
And Francis cuts inside, has a shot opportunity. Maybe just held on to it a little long.
That goes back to something Mary talked about at the end of the first quarter about when to carry and when to release it, and maybe carried it just one touch too many there. But Francis works hard to get it back. And now back over.
Yeah, unlucky there, just bounced over the stick, hit off her foot.
Just about 30 seconds left until halftime. Carson Beatty intercepts. Fair miss hit from Carson. Good to get one last attack maybe in here before the half, bringing numbers forward. Job by Francis to get a piece of it. And now Polly Crichton it back the other way.
Jones in the middle.
I think there's going to be time, though, to get shot off. And we are at halftime. So, one half of this LIS championship game in the books. And your score, Trinity Episcopal 3. It's 1. Avery, let me ask you now. Been up here this whole time, but specifically in the second quarter, things that you noticed?
They do. They're still competitive and are being really aggressive with the ball and just trying to get it up the field as best they can and just taking as many shots as they can.
Coach Tyree, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Avery, you mentioned them looking a little tired. I think that'll be the biggest factor. You could tell some players starting to go hands on the knees, which is a sign. Some players maybe not chasing after a ball that they would want to chase after. It's for me, it's whatever team can kind of keep their fitness and keep pushing for the next 2 quarters will be the team that ends up winning this game.
Yeah, and at halftime, I think my message as a coach would be for the next goal. If you're Collegiate at down 3-1, for that next goal, taking what felt like a comfortable 3-goal lead down to 1, and it is really keeps all the pressure on the Titans, who know that in this same LIS championship game on this same field, the last couple of years, Collegiate has come away with the trophy. And from a Trinity standpoint, you can get that margin to 4-1. It's not game over, but you can almost start to put one hand on the trophy at that point. So obviously, it's potentially easier said than done. But what I'm really trying to say is that energy and intensity that the game that you started with, you got to ramp that up all over again. And I'm sure both coaches will be delivering that message.
Yeah, it's a cliche that people love to say in sports, 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead. For anyone that watched the semifinals, they heard those announcers say it about 50 times when the Titans went up 2 goals.
But I don't think they were in any danger in that game. But this one, it's a different animal.
It's true a lot, which is why people have continued to say it year after year after year. Momentum, especially in a sport like field hockey where effort and wanting to push is so important, momentum's that much bigger.
Well, I'll tell you, a 2-goal lead is definitely dangerous for Everton.
Any lead is dangerous for Everton. They need to.
And rare. All right. We're going to take just a 90-second break, get a quick sip of water, but stick around for the exciting second half of this championship game. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come. Welcome back. And told you it was going to be a brief break, and indeed it was, as the third quarter is about to get underway. Titans will have possession first in this second half. I'm going to welcome Mary Wadelick back to the broadcast. If you joined us late, it is 3-1 Titans with goals by Elena Cathedral, Lila Grace Logan, and Carson Beatty. And 1 goal for the Cougars was scored by Catherine Roush. Overall, I mean, in terms of shots, pretty even half, really.
A little bit of a delay as there's a photographer sitting on the field of play, not even outside of the barriers. It's our very own Tom Woodward. Fantastic photographer, but
You always get the best shots when you're actually on the field.
yeah.
I thought I heard a whistle.
Yeah, it looked like a kick there, but I think the Titans would have rather just had the ball go, as LG Logan had a lot of space in front of her.
Yes, no advantage in field hockey.
No, especially if everything's a whistle, right? The defenders stop. Mary, do you think you know every single rule that gets a whistle in field hockey?
I think that I could take a guess on most of them, but my first year soccer's, so I was soccer rules and picking up field hockey as I.
Alexandra Curtis, backhand shot is
It's wide, out of bounds, off the wheel of the goal.
okay. I was like, how did that bounce back out? Curtis carried that ball about 45 yards and still was able to get a shot off that went just wide as senior goalkeeper Alexa Murphy is back in the cage. And Alexa came by today and told me her grandparents are here at this game from Ireland.
Nice kick away by her right there.
Great job by Murph.
And it'll be a corner. Titans coach is not super happy with that call, but looked like there was some contact. Pangia to take the corner. Right to Curtis. And she'll pass it off, and this shot's wide and a high stick as well. We'll let the Titans come out with the ball.
It'll be Cougar ball.
And now it'll be Titan ball.
Yeah, unable to be saved there by L. Garnett. Here back to Berkeyheiser, and they switch it all the way from the right out to the left to Polly Crichton. Now back out to the right again, moving the Cougar defense around. What a ball by Reese Eckenrode to lead Lila Grace Logan.
She has Beatty in the middle, but she's going to try to take this herself and gets a chip from Curtis, which will give the Titans a hit.
And a Reeser looking to center it in. Ball
And it
still
looked like a
loose.
holding,
It will
and
be
there
a
will be a
corner.
holding.
Corner for the Titans. Holding, what does that mean? All right, it's going to be a corner for the Titans. Look for Anna Reeser here, who scored 2 goals on Tuesday against St. Anne's.
Yeah, she was the one that set up the play to get this corner with a nice ball into the crease as Carson's on the
Carson Beatty
backhand side.
reverse. Oh, just wide. Power on that reverse shot. And I think the Cougars must feel like they dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, Carson's so good on that backhand side. We've seen it time and time again over the last 4 years.
One of the, I'll say this thought in a minute, see what happens here. Holly Creighton plays it up ahead, ball centered in by Atlantic Cathedral, but well defended by the Cougars. It goes out of bounds. I was just going to say, this time of year, this time of day, from up here in the press box, watching the shadows slowly creep across the field, it just adds an element of, I feel like, of drama to the game. By the fourth quarter, the field will go from mostly cloaked in sunshine, mostly covered in shadows.
Yeah. Cougars with a kick there, and it looked like they might have gotten away for it, but Catherine Rush may have told on herself by stopping.
Yeah, a little bit of guilty body language, huh?
Yeah, helped the ref out to make a little bit of a late call, but easy enough when the player tells you that they did it.
The Grace Logan comes out of that scrum with possession. Dispossessed. Maria Smuts. People take it off LG's stick very often. And Compose plays it back. Back to safety. Ever composed.
Another takeaway. Leanna Moore sends it all the way up and out. Mary, what position do you play?
I usually play midfield or deep.
Is there a player, like I asked Avery here on this team, that you sort of look to as a model to model your game?
I would probably say Anna. Like always in the right place and all her passes.
Yeah, we. Ball down in the corner now, Berkeyser.
Avery up here just showing us that 3 Titan players, Avery Johnson, Anna Reeser, and Lila Grace Logan, are top 100 players in the, according to Max Field Hockey.
Yeah, announced in August. The Titans constantly putting players on there. A lot of these seniors were there when they were sophomores on that next up list, I think Max calls it.
LG is committed to Penn State, and waiting to see where Johnson.
Avery Johnson is headed to St. John's, I believe.
Oh yeah, she committed. Mr. Ellie.
St. Joseph's.
Philly.
Yeah.
Hawks. Mascot. The whole game.
The entire game.
Entire game.
Wonder if it does that for the field hockey matches.
Have to go up and watch play there in a couple years. So just. possession here, and the Cougars have a 4-on-3. Great
Berkeyheiser,
job defending it, though, by Cabell Berkeyheiser.
really nicely done. Okay.
Hit by Lila Grace. Too hot to handle for Ainsley Jones. It'll go out of bounds to the Cougars.
Now, Mary, you said you play soccer.
Yes.
So do you have a preference? The refs in field hockey kind of stand in their corners and make the calls, or do you want a ref running around with you guys?
I feel like the refs running around is more effective and get more effective calls, but it's also a penalty playing and a ref is standing right in your way. Happened to me a couple of times. So I think they both have.
Collegiate pushing for that second goal, hoping to cut it to 1. They'll have it down in the corner, not a penalty corner, but in the corner. Alexandra Curtis and back out wide.
Yeah, and she's looking to get. Oh,
Whatever she was looking to get didn't happen there. Nice reprieve for the Titans to be able to get it back up the field. Carson Beatty going to work.
really nicely done there, and they've got numbers. And a
It's
whistle that,
Not a popular call.
no. Curtis again coming all the way back to get that ball and then trying to play that pass. She's covering the entire field, but you can tell she's starting to get a little tired as she's walking into her defensive position now. Cougars will need her to finish this game out strong.
Chances have been pretty scarce here in this third quarter, and that just also speaks to why getting that early lead is so big for the Titans, because these teams in a lot of ways are able to neutralize each other, but playing from ahead and especially having that 2-goal cushion, got to give the Titans a little more breathing space as we are under 2 minutes left, quarter number 3. Great battle by two great players, Lila Gray Slogan and Sealy Shield.
And this pass will go out of bounds. Yeah, the clock's the Titans' friends right now. The more time that comes off, the closer the Titans are to finally getting this LIS championship back. So for them, I think a grit and grind game where there are a lot of whistles, a lot of balls coming out, benefits them right now.
Shot by Ainsley Jones to create some space, but the pass was intercepted.
And unlucky there as it losing control and hitting it off your foot.
Good ball, Lila Gray Slogan looking for Elena Cathedral.
And a check in the box.
Elena
Nothing
got
called.
taken out.
Cougars going the other way now. Anna Reeser's there.
Reeser seems to always be there and goes all the way back. Needs McNear to reset things, and
Yeah, Anna Reeser was once described to me as, if anyone's seen Ted Lasso, Roy Kent's chant, which I can't repeat here, but she covers the entire field, sideline to sideline.
all right, clock is under 10 seconds. As that will do it for the third quarter. Elena Cathedral down there for a minute, but she's up and walking.
Yeah, it looks like she may have gotten hit in the face with the butt end of a stick, which I've never played field hockey, but can't feel good.
Mary, you ever get hit in the face with a stick?
Not, but one of my friends got hit.
Yeah, bloody nose. Avery, you ever got hit in the face with a stick? Avery says got hit in the face with a ball.
Field hockey ball can't feel good either.
No. I've gotten hit with lacrosse balls all over legs and shins, midsection. That
Yeah, Coach Hamlin of the Trinity the girls lacrosse team, right?
I did coach girls lacrosse for first 3 or 4 years I was here, and we only had one keeper on the team, so sometimes when it was scrimmage time I would get in the other crease, and I was a lot younger then. Leave it at that. It was fun.
Well, we're headed to the fourth. 15 minutes away from crowning an LIS champion. Thank you to those of us who have tuned in. It's been a fantastic season of field hockey broadcast so far. And more than likely, almost definitely, we'll be back here on Tuesday for a state first round matchup.
If we were to win that, probably Thursday.
It would be Thursday. Again, probably back here. If the Titans can hold on for 15 more minutes, they'll end up the 1 seed in the state.
All right, fourth quarter, 15 minutes to glory for one of these two teams. Titans still with a 3-1 lead, as that third quarter was a scoreless quarter, the first scoreless quarter we've had thus far. Avery Steiner back on the mic. What's up, Avery? Titans turn it over in the first 10 seconds of the fourth quarter.
And Curtis, fresh off the bake, driving. She'll go out of bounds, though.
She is so good, plays so hard, skilled, athletic.
Yeah,
and still just a sophomore.
Most impressive for me is she has the ball on a string. She can basically move her stick wherever, and the ball's stuck to it. This pass goes out of bounds. And that allows her to get in between really tight spaces and multiple defenders at once.
LG fires it ahead. Carson Beatty's shot.
Wow. Split save.
Split save. That uncomfortable, but well done by Cougars keeper. Speaking of keepers, Avery Johnson is back. Now for quarter number 4 for the Titans. St. Joe's commit, Avery Johnson.
St.
They call it
Joe's.
St. Joe's. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
But it's not St. John's. Whoever said that.
whoever said that is getting their red schools in the Northeast confused. And Curtis looks to take this from her own crease. And accidental kick.
Alexandra Curtis again.
Out of space, wide open in
Great
front.
ball and
Just takes a bounce.
couldn't quite handle it there. Lenny Cadagio.
Lindley Catogio on a tough pass. I mean, really nice pass by Curtis, but a lot of heat on it. That'll be Titan ball. As the ref on that far side now, who's watching this ball, is now staring directly into the sun. And we know how tough that can be on the soccer field.
Yeah.
When it lines up with a side. For this field, it's coming directly across towards the camera, or opposite the camera.
About 4 minutes into the fourth quarter, and Collegiate has spent most of this quarter on attack. But I think the Titans are content to get numbers behind the ball and look for these counterattacks. And here's a chance for a counterattack. Carson Beatty shows off her speed and skill.
Beatty's tripped in the box, but they'll say it's just a corner, which I think the Titans will take, but they may have had a shout for a penalty hit.
It's just one corner thus far today for the Titans, but they converted it. Goal. Back in the second quarter.
Yeah, the Titans have two really dangerous shooters in LG Logan and Carson Beatty, as opposed to a lot of collegiate corner plays are going to Curtis and having her try to take on, which creates some more problems for these Cougars defenders as they come out of that box.
Lila Grace Logan goes to the right back post.
Ooh.
Well-designed play, but Reese Eckenrode could not quite redirect it.
Yeah, LG hits that so hard. All she's got to do is get a touch on it, but that's a lot easier said than done. Avery, as a forward, when you're in on a corner, if you're not the shooter, if you're looking for the deflection, what's kind of the strategy?
It's like eye on the ball and then get your speed, right, because it just much harder to find angle. Yeah. And you also really so that you have your stick down so that the ball it can deflect really easy.
What a ball.
Ah,
Lila Grace looking for Carson.
Ye-
Connection has served the Titans so well all year, but didn't quite come off there.
maybe some miscommunication there. As Carson thought to leave it for Olivia Francis. Olivia thought Carson was going to take it and ends up hitting off Olivia's foot.
Carson Beatty crosses it in. Lila Grace Logan looking to put this thing away. Great save. And cleared out by the Cougars.
I mean, Cougar goaltender, we believe Audrey Burgess is standing on her head in this fourth quarter to keep the Cougars in striking distance.
There she goes again, going to ground, trying to make a save, and it will be Cougar ball coming out.
Yeah.
Titans have been pushing hard the last couple minutes to get that fourth goal that would really put Trinity in the catbird seat as we're about midway through this fourth quarter. That ball will roll through, go out of bounds.
A little over 7 minutes remain.
LG ahead to Carson. Keeps it in. Then move. Back to LG. Redirects. Another great save by Burgess. Still alive though.
Still in front.
Cleared out.
Coaches want.
And
Looked like sitting on the ball again. But that initial save, the Titans got a deflection in. Ball changes direction midair. And the goalie was able to redirect her left blocker out there, make that fantastic save. Big takeaway there from Anna Reeser. Instead of forcing it, she takes it down the sideline and foul before the ball is out of bounds.
Titans continue to possess. Less than 5.5 to go this championship game.
Cougars are going to have to take some chances now. 5 minutes remaining. They need 2 goals. They just can't seem to get the ball off the Titans. Well, commentators curse. And timeout taken.
All right, under 5 to play. Timeout called.
Yes.
So, Coach Kelsey Smither will get that group together, try and make one last push here in this final 5 minutes. Trailing by 2, but I still think with talent of Alexandra Curtis and some of her other attacking teammates, this thing is definitely far from over.
Well, and as we mentioned coming into the quarter, I mean, next goal is so important. We've still been waiting on that next goal. She's kind of been hanging in the balance up to this point.
I thought the third quarter, there weren't too many chances either way, but there were. Had a little more of the offensive play in the third. But in the last 5 minutes or so, Titans have come really close to that fourth goal several different times. And like you said, the goalkeeper Burgess has kind of stood on her head to keep Collegiate in this thing. I do think one more goal at this stage would be a backbreaker.
Yeah, and you can tell by the noise from the benches, Titans bench starting to get a little bit louder. You can kind of taste it, but you need to make sure to finish this game off. The Titans haven't won the LIS championship game since 2019. Obviously, 2020, no championship, but then the last 3 all go into Collegiate.
Yeah, 2020, Trinity very likely would have won it. That team was absolutely good, but unfortunately, that's pandemic. But yeah, I mean, no one on this Titan team has won an LIS tournament. I know how much they want to add 2024 field hockey to the banners. Jim, all right, back in play for this last 450.
Nicely defended there by Festige and SG Boykin. Cougars back line all the way up to the 40-yard line, dropping a little bit there as it looked like the Titans had possession, but again, back up. Just don't let the ball out is the strategy Coach Smither probably gave them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to push body forward. Nice move there by Reese Eckenrode to get it ahead. Carson Beatty.
All right. Yeah.
The hack there, so Titans will maintain possession and also be able to run some time off the clock. Good interception there by Alicia Pandrea.
Five Cougar attackers pushed up on the ball right now.
To take possession here.
Looks like LG Logan is going to do a full man mark on Curtis, following her around the field. And Curtis tries to take the, so they're giving the ball back to the spot.
Hear the whistle trick.
The old they touched the ball, it's got to be live, even though they're respotting it for the hit.
All right, Alexandra Curtis right in the middle. Titan defenders all around her. She skates through them. Reverse shot. Great save by Avery Johnson.
What a
She
save.
goes to ground. It is, though, going to be a corner for the Cougars.
Johnson anticipated that Curtis wasn't going to pass it and just bailed out, started charging out early, and cut down that angle really nicely, gave her nowhere to shoot. How you feeling, Avery? 2 minutes.
Right here. Blocked, still alive, and it's going to be Titans' ball as they dodge that bullet of that corner, and great job by the defense there for Trinity. It up, but
Another high stick call. It takes getting your stick high to put that ball in the air and clear it up the field, but anytime there are too many people around, and off of Curtis's foot as she tries to go one last time, and
Carson Beatty just hit that ball 65 yards plus down the field. From her own 35, that thing traveled all the way across the goal line.
well, in the spring, you can check out some TSPN broadcasts of softball, where you'll see Carson Beatty do that quite a lot.
It bombs.
Hit the ball really far and really hard. Under a minute now. Titans can start to taste it. They're calling their timeout. 51 seconds from an LIS championship.
Yeah, I think just call this timeout here. Make sure everybody doesn't do anything silly or rash. Make sure everybody's on the same page. If you keep possession, keep the clock moving. Less than a minute away from getting your hands on that trophy that these girls have worked so hard, not just since August, but really going back last season. Whether it's indoor hockey in the winter. Of course, a lot of these girls play a spring sport as well, but so many of them play for clubs outside of school. U.S. training program as well. And this field hockey thing is a year-round gig for many of these players. The payoff comes on days like this when playing for a championship against your biggest rival in front of hundreds of people. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and as a coach, you've delivered a couple of these team talks, game winding down in a championship seemingly imminent. I won't give it away yet. But
yeah, I mean, I would be saying savor it. I mean, keep your head in the game, but also worked hard for this. Take a minute and look around, soak it all in. This is one of those moments that you want to remember as an athlete, and winning a conference championship, especially in a conference as stacked with talent as this League of Independent Schools is, the kind of thing you remember for the rest of your life. And come back 25-year high school reunion and you see that banner in the gym, it can never be taken away. Cougars are trying to play it ahead, but Anna Reeser intercepts.
as she does all season long.
Finds Lila Grace. Cougars have also gone with an empty net, and like Carson Beatty just missed the chance. Put the exclamation point. Seconds to go.
Yeah. Cougars need 2 goals in 26 seconds. So why not pull the keeper, get the extra attacker on. Ball coming out of bounds though, keeper comes back in. It does stop the clock.
And then clock just 5:07. I'm sure Faraberry will get that changed real quickly. That is not what you want to see when you're 26 seconds away from a championship, is all of a sudden 5 minutes, but they got it straight. Once the whistle blows, we'll be down to 26 seconds to go.
It looks like the 55 seconds. Oh, we're resetting all the way back to the timeout, it looks like.
That's absurd. I mean,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but like, what?
I don't know what happened. Coach Sneed doesn't know what happened, which makes me feel a little bit better because there are a lot of times I don't know what happened, but everybody else does when I'm watching field hockey.
Okay.
Good hustle.
Great job, yeah, by Liv Festis. Save that and then win possession and just lead for time off the clock. Honestly, even the timeout was 15 seconds, not 55, but anyway. I think it's all going to be academic at this point as the clock now runs down to 15 seconds.
You can see the bench starting to get excited, ready to run out onto that
Ready
field.
to erupt. Carson Beatty
Off her
not able to
foot,
score,
it looked
but
like.
3, 2, 1.
There
That's
it is.
Your LIS champions in field hockey for 2024 are the Trinity Episcopal Titans. as they celebrate just off to the left of your picture here.
Yeah, really good fight from these Collegiate Cougars. But this year has been Trinity's year, and it's going to keep being Trinity's year. So far, they will finally bring that trophy back to Pitaway. Mary, what are your final thoughts on this game?
I think that this was a really great game on both sides. I think that the Titans had that drive and that energy, and of course the students and the fans outside. I'm super proud of how everything turned out, and I think that this was a great win. And
Yeah, you can see how much it means to all the players and coaches, and you know, it's a championship game, so it's a day when not everyone got to play. This Titan team has had a lot of very decisive victories where they've been able to empty the bench. Today, only a couple subs got in, but even the players that you just see the excitement for all of them right now. And Coach Sneed, yet another LIS championship for her. So we're going to keep the stream rolling here as the all-league team is announced, all LIS. We see the St. Catherine's team here. I'm sure they'll have some players honored. Seeing St. Gertrude is here. Of course, obviously Collegiate and Trinity are here, and I'm sure we'll have a number of all LIS players. We'll keep the stream rolling, and you'll be able to hear Carter Tyree, who you just heard on the broadcast, on the PA announcing all LIS, as well as Coach of the Year and the Sportsmanship Award. I'll sign off for now, but thanks to Mary Wadlick and Avery Steiner. Thanks, of course, to Carter Tyree for setting it all up and providing not just the pictures, but also the commentary today. And for Titan field hockey fans, stay tuned for Tuesday's state quarterfinal game. We'll have that for you. I believe it's going to be a 3 o'clock start. And this season rolls on for the undefeated Trinity Episcopal Titans. Congratulations on an unbelievable LIS final. Great game to Collegiate, but at the end of the day, see your champions are the Titans. See you next time.
Thank you for your patience. We are now ready for our LIS league and presentation. First, I want to give one last congratulations. What a great game, ladies. We are going to start off with our all LIS team. From Trinity Episcopal School, Pavel Berkeyheiser. From Trinity Episcopal School, Elena Catedra. From St. Catherine's School, Lillian Harder. From Trinity Episcopal School, Avery Johnson. From Trinity Episcopal School, Lila Grace Logan. From St. Gertrude's High School, Ella Massey. From Collegiate School, Eliana Moore. From Collegiate School, Alicia Panja. From St. Anne's Belfield, Bryn Pemberton. From St. Anne's Belfield, Willow Pemberton. From Trinity Episcopal School, Anna Reeser. From St. Catherine's School, Emma Ronau. From Collegiate School, Sealy Shield. From St. Catherine's School, Keegan Southall. From Collegiate School, Maris Smoots. And your Player of the Year, we have co-players of the year. From Collegiate, Alexandra Curtis. And from Trinity Episcopal, Carson Beatty. Your LIS Coach of the Year is Margie Sneed of Trinity Episcopal School. And your Sportsmanship Award is to St. Gertrude's High School. LIS fans, your runner-up after a fantastic championship game, Collegiate School. And your LIS champion, Trinity Episcopal School. Congratulations, ladies.
Going out of town? Like right now? No, we took care of it. It's fine.